Yes, am I audible? I'm the only one on the backstage. Okay, I don't know what's happening, or maybe something is
Yeah, there
wrong.
was
Okay.
a Hasnan, yeah, there was a network issue on the part of the host, so that's why session got ended. Now we are live again on the.
Okay, so I'm gonna share one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope my screen is visible, and I don't know what's happening with this. I'm really sorry for that. Okay, so we're going to have a small story about a Flutter developer, what Flutter developer can have an advantage. Okay, so thanks for letting me know. Swatik, Swastik. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna have a small story about Flutter developer. What Flutter developer is going to have an advantage. So if you are a Flutter developer, right, you can just go ahead and build all those apps, which is Android, iOS, web, EXEs, and DMG, right, as well as a smart OS. So now if you are a Flutter developer and you know how this works, right? Now there is one businessman going to have one app for his business or her business, and he's going to go and interact. He's going to go ahead and interact with some native developers, right? So he's going to ask, I need an Android and iOS app, right? And those developers, the native developers, are going to say them that, okay, for both app, I'm going to charge you a $10,000, but as a startup, right? And he's having a small business, a startup business, right? So he's having a less budget, and the budget is only 50% of what they are charging, right? So how he can tackle, or what Flutter can give an advantage to the businessman's as well, or a small business as well, right? So he will just go ahead and check for those developers who can do their work in a budget of what he's having, right? So here comes a Flutter developer, and he says that you just pay me $5,000, and I will write a both app for you. Because the reason is, you're going to write a code for one time, right? And then you're going to produce that particular code in a two different platforms, right? So you can release your code in a two different platforms, and this is where the advantage comes in for the businessman as well as the Flutter developers, right? So this is quite cool, and it will really help to the small business, right? Now, going forward, how Flutter work behind the screen, what exactly happens when you write a code, how it get compiled, how it draws buttons or text on the screen, right? So that is more important to understand how it exactly works, right? So very first thing is, whenever you're going to write a code, right, that is the Flutter native code, you're going to write your code in a Dart programming language, right? There is a widget rendering library which is going to interact with the platform, that is going to be Android or iOS, doesn't matter, right? So now what this widget rendering library is going to do is, whatever the code we have written, it is going to redraw those stuff on the canvas, right? So if you draw something, or if you write a code, for example, you're going to write a code for button, right? And that button is going to get drawn on canvas of native platform. For example, if you are writing a code, or if you are running your code on Android, then what's going to happen is, the widget rendering library will interact with the Android platform and draw your button on the canvas, right? Now, for example, you're going to have some interaction on the button as well, right? Maybe a click or a double click. Now, widget rendering library take care for that as well. So whenever you're going to have any event, that is also going to taken care by the widget rendering library, and it is going to go ahead and interact with the platform services and going to interact with the event. So whatever you write or whatever you draw, it is actually getting drawn on the native platform on canvas, right? Now, there are something called platform channel, which will allow you to access the native camera or Bluetooth sensors, etc. So whenever your device is having a Bluetooth camera and you want to access them into your Flutter, then there is something called platform channels, right? You need to write a code using platform channel, which will interact with that services on the native. So this is where your whole Flutter underhood looks like, where you have only two things: widget rendering and a platform channel, which will interact with the native platforms, right, respective to the iOS or Android or maybe a web, right? Now, moving forward, what we need to understand is how widget rendering look like. As I said, on the previous screen, you saw we have something called widget rendering, right? but how does it look like internally, how it looks like, right? So let's go ahead and see how widget rendering look like is something like this. Now, there is a tool library on the top called Material and Cupertino. Now, if you are not aware about UI or UX designing, the Material library, which follows some design thinking and design principles, undertaking those design principles, Android has given one library, right? So you don't need to write or you don't need to design something. You already get those designs from the Material library, right? So Android or the Google has given the Material design, and it is been implemented into the Android platforms, where Cupertino is given by the Apple and it is used in iOS, right? So you have two popular libraries which is being used in the market for app development, that is Material and Cupertino. Wherein, if you don't want to use Material and Cupertino designs, you want to have your own designs, right? You can have your own library, which is given by the Flutter itself, and that is called widgets library, right? So you can have a different type of app. You can modify the Material widgets as well and Cupertino widgets as well. Well, the very first thing is in Flutter, everything is widget. If it is going to be a button or if it is going to be an icon, we call everything as a widget. Our whole app, the combination of text, images, icons is going to make your one app, right? And that app is also being called as a widget, right? So everything is a widget in Flutter. So if you don't want to use Cupertino or Material, you can use the widgets library, right? Where you can design your own widgets, right? Now, you can see what makes Flutter powerful, right? Is you can see everything is written in Dart. The Material library is written in Dart. The Cupertino library is written in Dart. The widget is written in Dart. Rendering of the libraries, right? So, for example, Material is going to have one button, right? Material has its own design, right? Now you can easily modify this design because you have full access on rendering, right? So if you know Dart, you can just go ahead and modify the widgets which is given by Cupertino and Material, because everything is under control, right? You can modify the basics animation which is given by the Flutter, right? You can just modify the painting as well. You can just modify the gestures as well. So everything what is given inside the framework is accessible to you. You can just go ahead and modify anything you want, right? But what if you want to modify the engine part, right? So you can see the whole library of Flutter is written in Dart, but the engine is written in C++, right? So you can see over here, this is the Skia. Skia is the engine which is used to render the graphics, right, on the Flutter app, right? Then we have the basics. The Dart itself is built using C++. So you can see the engine is written in C++. So to compile the Dart code, we use the C++. And then we just saw that platform channel, right? To access our location, canvas, camera, Bluetooth sensor, etc. We need to have a platform channel. So you can see over here, we have platform channel written in C++ and many more, right? So this is the basic structure of the Flutter library, right? And Flutter is powerful because you have an access of each and everything, right? Now, if you want to modify anything in engine, yes, you can do. You have to go ahead and take a look on the code of the engine and you can easily modify that. So everything is modifiable, and that's what makes Flutter powerful. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see a small piece of code, how Flutter code looks like. So you can see I have a star and then a hello world right over here. And you can see it's in a vertical manner. So whenever it comes to a design thinking, we always call vertical as a column, right? We always call vertical thing as a column, or we specify make a column. So you're always going to make a column in a vertical manner. So you want to put something in a vertical way. So you're going to use a widget called column, right? So right over here, you can see we have a column, right? And then we have something called main axis alignment. We will see this when we are doing hands-on, right? And then you can see inside that I'm going to have a children. Children is nothing but the multiple widgets which I'm going to put inside the column, right? So you can see I have more than one widget over here. First one is icon widget and second one is a text widget, right? So I have a two widget, more than one widget, so I'm going to call it as children. But if I'm going to have only one widget, then I'm going to call it as a child, right? So we have two widget, right? And that is why we call it as a children. And you can see the type of that particular children is widget. So you can see over here, we are specifying what type of things which is going to be inside. So it's a list of widget with a type of widget. Okay, so can someone this is just quick questions to the all attendees. Any one of them is a native developer or iOS developer? If you are, just ping me over here, right? So that I can understand with whom I'm interacting. Are you just totally new to the mobile development, web development, or you guys have been done some development? For if you are a web developer, just let me know, or if you have created some cool projects, you can let me know, right? So you can just drop a message so that I can understand what exactly I can just get to know, like how I can move forward. If you are totally new, then I will just go a little bit deep. Okay, so most of them are web developers. Okay, I'm new to an Android native developer. Okay, cool, that is cool. So I would really, if you're a native developer, Android native developer, and you are just totally fed up with writing XML, then I would recommend you to just go ahead and see what is Jetpack Compose, which is pretty similar to the Flutter, right? So just go ahead and check it out. If you're a native developer, the Jetpack Compose is in alpha right now. They on 26th August they just released the alpha. Just go ahead and check it out, which is similar to the Flutter, right? So yeah, you can see we have a small piece of code where we have an icon and then a text which is saying hello world. So this is how it renders on the screen, right? Okay, so without further delay, what we're going to do is we're going to create our first project in the Flutter. And I can see more beginners over here. So I have worked on a new project using Flutter. That's cool. And most of them are the web developer, and most of them are completely new. So are you guys having are you guys ready with installation stuff of the Flutter, or you don't know how to install the Flutter? Okay, well, you can call me Hasnen. There is no need to call me sir. Yes. Okay. Installation is complete, and I guess you guys have even done the basic, the counter app, because the counter app comes in by default when you create a new project. Okay. So most of them are ready with that installation, and that's cool. That's great. Okay. Thanks a lot. I have requested Mano to do this, and thanks a lot. I can see most of them has been installed the Flutter. Cool, doesn't matter. If you're using Android Studio or Visual Studio Code, doesn't matter. Flutter code works in both, right? So editor doesn't matter. And one more tip: if you're not having a good, what I would say is, if you're not having a good system which is not powerful, I would really recommend you to use your Flutter, or you debug your app in your phone, right? Don't use emulator, because it consumes more memory and that makes your system slow. So yeah, that's cool. Thanks a lot, HackClub. And I appreciate, because most of the time when I go for the workshop, people will not ready with the installation part, and we just we just go ahead and do installation. It takes more time, right? Okay, so the two important things which you need to know is the Flutter has something called hot reload, right? And that works with the help of just-in-time compiler, right? And something called AOT, ahead of time compiler, which makes your Flutter app more faster, right? So this too is the important thing, and that is where Dart comes in. Dart make Flutter powerful, right? So Dart is responsible for making Flutter powerful. It gives you a lightning fast development, and it gives you a super fast performance using ahead of time, right? Now let's go ahead and create our first project in the Flutter, right? So you can use this command to create your Flutter project. I'm just gonna go ahead and, okay, let me just go ahead and first explain what exactly this command is going to do. See, if you have installed your Flutter and ready in the path, you can use a Flutter command into your terminal, or what we call for Windows command line. I don't know. Yeah, we call it as a command line. So you can use your command Flutter, right? if you are installed with it. So you can see over here we have a couple of commands, that is flutter create. -I is nothing, is the iOS, and we are going to target, for iOS, we're going to target a Swift language. A is nothing but the Android, and we are going to target Kotlin for Android. And then we are going to give a project name, right? But what if you want to modify the package name, right, for the Android? So, and for iOS as well. So what happened, whenever you want to publish your app into the App Store, the package names matters a lot, right? Which differentiate the okay, so we have a small command as well, something called flutter create and then the project name. That works too good, but I would really recommend you to configure your app before you start, right? Because when you're going to make your app into, or when you're going to produce your app into the App Store or a Play Store, then this things is going to help a lot, right? So configure your app by this similar command. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead. I'm going to just fire up my Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm a fan of Visual Studio Code, so I'm going to use Visual Studio Code, right? And I won't use Flutter, I mean Android Studio, because for a Flutter, but yeah, for native development, I do use that because we don't have any other choice. We have IntelliJ and Android Studio for Android native development. Okay, so I have an iOS simulator opened over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use my command, right? But you guys can use command as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another way to create a project, which I do usually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the view, and I'm going to say command palette, and I'm going to write a Flutter over here. As soon as you write Flutter, you're going to get all the commands which is available for the Flutter, and I'm going to say new project, right? As soon as I say new project, we're going to call this project as VIT. We cannot give caps. VIT. We call it as, our app name is as in QuickB, so we're gonna call it as QuickB, right? VIT QuickB. Oops. Now this is gonna ask me where I want to save my project. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead inside my documents, and right over here in my documents, I'm gonna save it, right? So this will create the Flutter project, right, using flutter.create command, and it will, you can see over here internally it is running the command which I just showed you, flutter create iOS language Swift Android language Kotlin. So the Visual Studio do things for you, right, and it runs the command internally when you are ready to make your project. So it is actually running the same command which we just saw, right? And this is the one, right? So we have a small form over here, and on every release these things get changed, but they make sure that, yeah, the previous things work as well, right? So this is the command, and I hope you guys are ready with that. Let me just ping in the chat that you guys are ready with the project, and I don't know why it's taking so long. Maybe I have a bad internet connection. Okay. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is, I'm going to repeat one more time till my projects get created. This is a Visual Studio Code way to do, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and click on the view, right, on the top. If you are using Android Studio Code, then you can use this tab. If you're using Visual Studio, then you can't, right? In Android Studio, you're going to get an option called create new Flutter project, right? So you can use that. So you can go to the view command palette, view command palette, and that gives you the prompt, right? And you can just go ahead and type the Flutter over here. You will get all the Flutter options. In that, you need to find Flutter new project, right? Click on the Flutter new project. It will ask you a Flutter name, what Flutter project or what Flutter project name you're going to give. Just go ahead and give the name, save the destination where you want to save that project, right? And then it will install some packages, and you can just go ahead and use your project. So I don't know what's wrong with this. It's still creating the project. Okay, all done. You can see over here. Oh, I use my Flutter all day and I don't know why it's taking so much of time right now. You can see the packages are not installed and there is all errors. Okay, it got resolved. Okay. So first thing first, you don't really need to take care what all these things is. We are just going to write all things from the scratch, right? So the Flutter project is ready. Connected device is this and that. So you can see whatever the device is connected with your Flutter project, you're going to go ahead and see right over here, right? So what I'm going to do is, I hope you guys are ready with the project, and it will be not taking more time as like it took for me. I'm sure for that. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and get rid of everything, right? Just go ahead and press backspace. This will remove everything, right? So you have a scratch file. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you need to understand the project structure, right? So how do we get the emulator? Yeah, you need to wait when we are going to run the emulator. When we are going to run the project, the emulator comes and pop up. Or else, what you can do is, if you're using Android Visual Studio, on the bottom of your screen, I don't know if it is visible or not. I'm just gonna pull over here and just look at my pointer. Right over here, you can see what device is connected with your Flutter app. If you'll just click on that, you will get the list of emulators over here, right? So whatever emulator you want, right? You can just go ahead and click on that, and that emulator will just fire up, right? So if I want Nexus 5, I will just go ahead. It will just launch that Nexus 5 on my. You can see over here. It is just right over here, right? So this is how you can get the emulator if you want, or else if you want, you can get the emulator at the starting of your Flutter app. Okay, so our first and the important file of our Flutter project is main ... right? This is the file from where your execution starts, right? So it means that if it is showing no device, it means that you have not created any emulator, right? So what you need to do is, okay, you need to just wait till we start our first project, right? And it will really help to start your app. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's see what we have. So Mohit is having a problem. He downloaded using Snap. I don't know what it is, but it says SDK not found for the Flutter. So I guess what you need to do is you need to really configure the path where your Flutter is installed, right? That will show. Okay, so wherever you downloaded your Flutter, right? So Flutter has a bin directory, and that bin directory should be there in your path, which will link your SDK for that, and that error will be resolved, right? So first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this test folder because I don't need it anymore. So I'm going to delete my test. It will be trashed. Okay, very first thing, what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and write a method called void main, right? Now this void main, from void main, our app starts, right? So void main is the method which will run your app, right? So to run your app, there is one more method you need to call, right? Is named as run app. This will run your app. Now, if you want to see a definition, what exactly this method accept, right? What parameters this method accept, you can see the function isn't defined, right? So very first thing what we need to do is we need to import a library called import material. right? So this will import a package named as Flutter material. Now, if I'll just see, I will get what does this run app do. So right over here, it accepts a widget, right? So as I said, everything is a widget in Flutter. So you're going to create one class and you're going to return one widget from that class, right? And that becomes a widget. So what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and create one class, right? And we are going to name that class as my my homepage, right? And it is going to extend, right? So instead of typing everything, I'm gonna show you one small or one shortcut way which you do not have to write a code every time, right? So for that, what you need to do is, if Flutter is installed and everything is working fine, then this will definitely work. You just need to write STL, and this will give you Flutter stateless widget, right? If you'll just click on that, the class with the widget build method will be ready for you, right? So I'm going to call my class as my home, right? And I'm going to have one container. So can you see over here, right over here, we have a stateless widget and we are overriding one method named as build, right? So this build method will draw things on the screen, right? So I will say my main to run my app, right? And run app accepts a widget, and that widget is going to be my home. So you can see it is returning a container, and container is nothing but a small box, we can say, right? So not to just confuse you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and remove the container, and I'm going to say text, and I will say hello world, right? Now let's see what we get. Now to get a read from this error, what app or what widget I need to pass? I need to pass my home over here, right? So I will just go ahead and type my home. I have a problem in my keyboard, I'm sorry for that. My home, right? So this will run this widget, right, into my app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. So if you are on the Visual Studio Code, you can click on the fourth option, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth option, right, which is called as debug or run. And you just go ahead and click on run and debug. That will start your app into your emulator. If you're not using it, if you want to use, okay, Mohit, that's great. It worked. I hope you can just pick us like what we have done till now, because running the app will take kind of 30 seconds or 1 minute. So you can just pick us, right, from where you have left. So what happened if you don't, yeah, I was at, if you don't want to run in this way, then you can just go ahead and use a command called flutter run that will also run your app, right? So you can see over here, it is running my Xcode build, right? So my emulator, I'm targeting that lib.main. You can see over here which file is getting run first is main.dart on my iPhone SE second generation, right? So you can see it shows on which device your app is getting running, your app is getting deployed, right? So if you are running your Android, then it is going to be an Android over here, and it is going to make a Gradle task. It is going to build a Gradle task, right? And if you're running on iPhone, then it's going to run your Xcode build, right? So let's wait till it get runs. The system becomes more slow when I just, when I'm just sharing my screen, or I'll be doing live session. At that time, the system becomes slow, and the Mac has a problem. They make so much of sound for the fan. They become more hot, and the reason is like why they get hot, and that is the reason the system gets slower, and that is really bad. So meanwhile, if this gets run, like if you get any problem, okay, it is showing build errors exist in your project. So make sure you remove the test folder, right? Because the reason is inside a test folder, you're going to have a widget called my app, and we removed that, right? And that doesn't exist in our app. or in our project, and that is the reason it is going to show this error. It shows a build error, right? So make sure you remove the test folder. Okay, so can you just take a look where exactly the error is? If you're using in Android Studio Code, you inside the Visual Studio Code, not Android Studio Code. Inside the problems, you're going to see whatever the problem you have. So it will show the error, whatever the error. For example, I don't have any error right now. If I'm going to go ahead and remove something from here and I'm going to get error, it is going to show me an error right over here. So just check what is missing from your part. And if you just go ahead and click on that, it will just go ahead and show you over here you have an error, right? Oh no, it's taking so much of time. But the good thing is, if once it is like built and you have something called hot reload, it will reload your app in a good way. Flutter project, VIT quick B, main.dart, owner.dart. One positional arguments expected, but 0 found. Where exactly you're getting, in which file you're getting this error, Rishabh? I will just really help you in main.dart. Is it possible to share any screenshot or something? It's having connect launch without device. No suitable Android AVD system image are available. You may need to install this using SDK manager, for example, SDK. Okay, if you don't have any Android or any emulator running, right, you really need to check in your Android Studio code, right? Okay, so the problem is many people is not having an Android Studio, the emulator running, right? So what you need to do is you need to open your Android Studio code and you need to create an emulator, or else you will get an option if you just go ahead and click over here, create a new Android emulator, create an Android emulator. If you click on this screen, you will get an option in the last, create Android emulator, and it will just create an emulator for you, right? And if it doesn't work, most of the time it doesn't work because we don't have that configuration, right? You can see over here, for me, it didn't work. So for that, what you need to do is you need to open the Android Studio. Inside Android Studio, you need to create an AVD, right? So can you just let me know how many is having, how many are not having emulator running? If you're not having, then I'm going to show you. So 1, 2, 3 plus 1. Okay, it is most of them. It is most of them. So it is most of them. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Everyone doesn't have iOS running in their system, right? If you, okay, first thing you need to clear is if you are on Windows, you cannot build iOS app, right? So you cannot run iOS emulator. Okay, so I hope you know, Shantos, that if you are using Windows, then you cannot develop iOS app. So you cannot run an iOS emulator. Okay, so first we're gonna go ahead and create an emulator using Android Studio, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open up my Android Studio, right? So I'm using a preview version of the Android Studio code that may be different from you guys, right? So, but it is going to be, the interface is going to be similar. So you can just go ahead and do that. So just fire up your Android Studio, right? As soon as you fire up your Android Studio, you will get this screen, right? You should get this screen. Okay, I'm gonna wait for each and everyone, right? So as soon as you open your Android Studio, just ping over here that we are ready with the Android Studio so that you can follow me, right? And I guess it is going to take more time today, but it's totally fine. First, we need to make things run so that you can follow me what I'm doing on the screen, right? So let me know if you're ready with this part, we can move forward. And of course, Just ignore that stickers. That is not done by me. Okay, so if you just go ahead and click on the configure, you're gonna go ahead and see that AVD manager. Click on configure and then click on AVD manager, right? This will open a screen, something like this, right? AVD manager is nothing but for Mac, we need Xcode to run an iOS simulator, right? Yes, exactly. Without that, you can't. See, for Mac, you need Xcode. For iOS, you need an Xcode. For iOS development, iOS simulator. And for Android emulators, you need an Android Studio. Without that, you cannot do, right? Because they are the base of Android development and iOS development. So you cannot do without that, right? So as soon as you get this window, go ahead and click on create virtual device, right? As soon as you go ahead and click on create virtual device, there will be one emulator selected by default. And if it is not there, then you can choose which is having a Play Store symbol, right? Which is having a Play Store symbol. And if you don't have any Play Store symbol, you can just go ahead and create anyone, but make sure you're going to have the emulator with some, yeah, you can have any emulator, right? And then click on next. If you have not downloaded any image from this, right, then you need to download. For example, right now I have Pi installed in my system image, so I can use it without downloading. If you have none of them, then you will get a download option. You should download it, right? As soon as you download and do next, it will just show the finish button. Just finish it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and go to the previous screen, and I need to ask a question. How many of you having a downloaded image, or how many of you have downloaded? I would say you can download whichever you want. It totally depends on you, right? But I would recommend you to go with the Pi, right? So I have Pi installed in mine, and I don't know, maybe it was installed a kind of 1 year back. After that, I didn't created a new emulator. So yeah, go ahead and create a Pi or download the Pi. I guys have I have Pi default, but it won't open in VS Code. Then try another image that may help. So you have many image, but you can just go ahead and use Pi or Q, whatever you want. A physical device, right? Oh, what's wrong? My screen went, huh? Are you able to see my screen? Okay. If it is visible, then it is good. Okay. It's gone, I know. It should be visible now. Maybe there is some glitch in this Aramid, and I'm really sorry. I have never used this Aramid. This is my first experience. So I lost few commands in this. It says unable to locate the ADB. You need to have this image installed. If image is installed correctly, if you just go ahead and click next, right, and then you just need to give the name. If you want, you can just leave it, right, and then click on finish. What this will do is this will create one AVD, right? So you can see over here the AVD is created right over here, and if I just click on this kind of play button, it will launch this AVD in the emulator, right? It will just fire up my emulator. So let me know if you guys are having emulator ready, then only we can proceed further, right? Okay, so if you are having a device in your hand, then that is the best option, but you need to have a developer option on. Okay, if everything and USB debugging on, if this both is ready, then you will see your device connected right over here. it is showing no device for me, but if you're connected with the device, it will show the device which is connected for you, right? Okay, the Li Hang Bing is ready. Let me know how many of you are ready with the emulator and they are actually able to see the error which is visible on the screen. No, it's not possible. If it actually it shows an error, right? So if you're running your app and if nothing is happening, means something is wrong. Cool. Shantosh is ready. Nitin is ready. We need to really wait for the people. Ready, ready, ready. Okay, people are ready. Not ready. Naveen is not ready. Okay, okay. Waiting. We can still wait for 2 more minutes, right? Because we already lost 1 hour doing nothing as an hands-on. Yeah, we got so many information, so much of information, but we didn't do any hands-on. Okay, ready. Okay, most of them are ready. I imported the void main, getting error. Override will be what error you're getting, Vaibhav? Thanks a lot. If it is pi or any other image, maybe it is more than over 1 GB, so it is going to take some time. So we really need to have patience for that. So maybe today we are not going to cover most of the things, but tomorrow we can really start our session early and then we can cover up what we are remaining with today, right? So that we can reach our target. So the target is to complete the whole app. Yeah, I said like it is more, and we know we have a bad internet providers throughout the India. So okay, so most of them should be having this error, and you need to understand what this error means to say, right? So now, just give me a green signal that I can move forward or I should wait. It's already 9:07. So I guess most of them are ready. Okay. So someone just joined, Sunil just joined. So maybe he missed a lot. Getting same error message, cool. Yeah, sorry for being late, it's fine. Yeah, you kind of, if you're ready with Flutter installation, then you didn't miss anything. But if you're not ready, then you missed most of the things. Okay, so yes, we are ready to go now. Okay, so now you need to understand why we are getting this error. So you can see no directional widget found for rich text widget requires a directionality widget ancestor, right? So what this means is we are using a text over here and we are missing some parent widget, right? So what happened in Flutter, everything is being created in a tree, right? So if tree is missing something, then it is going to give an error with this kind of stuff. And of course, you're going to see this kind of stuff so many times because we are going to do live coding, and that what happens when you're creating some project or you're coding live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap. Okay, you don't need to write a code all the time because nowadays the editors are smart enough to understand what you need to do, right? So now just follow me. What you need to do is put your cursor on my home. You can see, put your cursor right on my home. So it should be blinking. Once you put, you should get a bulb symbol, and that will give you the list of options, right? So if you click on that, on the bulb symbol, you will get a list of options, and you will get a first option called wrap with widget, right? And you will get one error, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that widget, and I'm going to call that widget or name that widget as material app, right? Now, as soon as you do this as a material app, you're going to get one error, and that says a child, but we don't have a child for material app, right? We have something called home, right? So what happens over here exactly is we are missing with one bracket. I'm going to format this code that it becomes more simple, right? So now you can see over here, I have a material app, right? Why I'm using material app is because I want to use the widgets which is given by the Google material team, right? They follow some design thinking principles and some guidelines of the design so that I don't miss those things or I don't follow those things, and I can directly go ahead and use these things, right, in my app. So I will use my material app and I will just go ahead and save it, right? And it should just, I will just rebuild my app and it still gives the same error. So maybe somewhere I am doing wrong. Okay, cool, that worked. So now you can see, we are going to see that weird hello world. So the previous error was we were missing something in the tree, right? Cool. So now, how if you're a web developer, then you know if you do inspect element in your web browser, you will get to know how you have structured your code, right? In the same way, if you want to know, so can you repeat from the part when you clicked on the bulb? Okay. So what happened right over here? I'm going to do Control Z so that people can again follow me. So before we were having something like this, right? Before we were having something like this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my home, click on the bulb symbol, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on wrap this widget, right? This will create widget, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that widget string and I will say material. I don't want to type. Just wrap it with the material app, right? Now material app doesn't have a child, but it has a home. So we will just use home and we will specify my home as a home, right? So this will create our initial app. As soon as this is done, right? If you click Control S or Command S, your changes will be directly shown on the emulator, right? And you will see this hello world, a weird hello world. Now, if you're a web developer, you know, if you just right click, you will get an elements. What's happening with the elements is just if you are able to see this part over here, you will see a last option, open dev tools widget inspector page. Can you see that? If you are able to see that, and if you click this, right, this is going to open something into your browser, right? And this is what exactly do things for you when you want to, I'm sorry, when you want to know how your tree is looks like how your tree is getting rendered and how your tree is visible, or you can just go ahead and inspect what's happening on your screen the way you inspect in the browsers, right? So this will take some time. This actually doesn't take time when I'm writing some project because I'm sharing my screen, emulators are on, browsers, Google Chrome is on, screen sharing is on, Android Studio is on. I just really want to close that. So I really want to show all these things because being a beginner, you need to know these all tools, right, to do that. So if you are, if I can just show what is my RAM, it's like almost full. No, I have 50%. So if you can just see on my screen, right over here, my memory is 8 GB and the available is only 2945. It is almost full. Okay, this is taking more time. Okay, let's move forward till it gets open. Let's move forward. Okay, what is the use of extended stateless? Extends stateless. We will come to that. Good question. Okay, so before we do that, right? Okay, so can you see something over here? Can you see the tree build? Tree is built on our app. First, we have a root, right? Then inside our root, we have a material app, which we used, right? And then we have something called my home, which we created, right? And then inside my home, we used a text. So right over here, I'm sorry. So right over here, you can see the main is root. Inside root or run app is a root. Inside root, we have a material app. Then we have something called home, right? And inside home, we have our all the things, right? Text and all the things, right? So if you will just take a look, right, you will get to know the tree, right? That our things is actually being done in a tree, right? Okay, so now moving forward, I'm just going to go ahead and close this, right? But definitely we will use it in future, right? So now to get rid of this thing, okay, the first question came from your side is what is the use of extends stateless widget, right? So now there are two types of widget in Flutter. The first one is stateless widget and a stateful widget, right? If your app is not having any state, or if your whole page is not having any state, right, that means you should use stateless widget, right? And I will show you an example what is the use of stateless and stateful widget, right? So let's go ahead and first remove this text, right? And use something called scaffold, right? So I am so lazy to type things, so I will always use IntelliSense, right? So remove the text and use scaffold, right? As soon as you do that, you're gonna get a complete white screen, right? So scaffold is nothing but it allows you to, put your widget into your app, right? So it gives an access to the many like app bar and all other stuff. You will get to know what is the use of return. Okay, so see, whenever you write something, right? For example, when you're writing some method, that method should have some purpose, right? If that method is not having any purpose, right, then it doesn't, like, we don't need that. Now the build method is having a purpose to draw a scaffold, right? So that method, this build method, should return something, right? So returning is what you're writing over here. So as soon as I said return scaffold, it gave me a white color screen, right? So return means give me something, right? So this compiler of our Flutter will ask to draw something on the screen. It means that we need to return something when someone is asking, right? So we are returning this scaffold. So meaning of that is just we are drawing something on the screen. I hope it just cleared. And this return is like used everywhere in all the programming language. I don't think so. You need to run it again. No, not needed. That is where the lightning fast development come in the Flutter. Just save, control save, and things will be like the changes will be done. I just used control save. You can see over here in my terminal, reloaded one of 526 library in just 791 ms, right? Okay. So you can see over here, I have, it is totally fine. You can do that. It is totally fine. But the thing is, you will not get access to the build. So Sunil Sah, you need to understand. See, when you're creating one screen, right, or one widget, you need to have an access to a build method. Without this build method, right? Without this build method, you cannot type or you cannot draw anything on your screen. And that is why we need to extend the stateless widget, right? So let me just go ahead and do some stuff on the screen so that you can understand. Okay, so what is hot reload? Hot reload is nothing but if you just make a change over here, right? You type something, for example, I'm gonna go ahead and give what does scaffold accept body. I'm gonna create a body of my app, and I'm going to give a text over here, right? And I'm gonna say VIT workshop. As soon as I do this much, this is where hot reload comes in. Go ahead and use Control S. In a small amount of time, your changes is going to get displayed on the screen. So right now you can see my VIT workshop is right behind these symbols or the icons, and I want to center them into the screen. I will just go ahead, you put my cursor. I will just go ahead and put my cursor on the text, right? Select on, click on the bulb and wrap with center. Just do that, right? If you will just do that, and you can see your text which you wrote right now is coming in some good manner. Previously we used text for hello world and it was just some weird, but now we got an access to the material app, so we have some designs implemented into our app by default. We don't need to design something, right? So you can see we have a design implemented, and now it is looking pretty good, right? So now you can see over here I have VID workshop, right? So now let's talk about what is stateless and stateful widget. So right now we are having stateless widget, right? And what I'm going to do is what I will do is initially when my app will start, right, I will create one button, right? And when I will click on that button, the counter or the number should get increment every time, right? So what I will do, you don't need to follow what I'm doing right now, because I'm just differentiating what is stateless and stateful widget, right? So now, very first thing is, for example, I'm going to create one variable int counter, right? And I'm going to give it as 1. And now, instead of this text, I'm going to create one button. Better, I will just wrap this into a button called flat button, right? And on press of this button, I'm going to use on press of this button. What should happen? I will call one function. Inside this function, I will just use this counter, right? Counter equals to counter plus 1, right? So on every on every click of that button, this counter should get increment, right? This should be a counter. Now, what is the disadvantage of such thing, right? So what I will do, I will just remove my VIT workshop from here, and I will give a counter. Now, the text accept things as a string, and counter is an integer, so you cannot do that stuff. So I'm going to convert to string, right? So now you can see 1 over here. Now, here is the disadvantage of your stateful widget, right? So if I click on 1, can you see I'm clicking over here, but nothing happens. It is not even changing the state. Changing state in a sense is because it is a stateless widget and nothing happens, right? Now, you might be wondering that this is not, even if I click, okay, let me just go ahead and do one more thing. I will just print my counter, right? I will print my counter over here. So if you will just take a look in my debug console on the terminal right over here, can you see when I just pressed by myself, when I just rebuilt my, when I did Control S, right, it just incremented to the 27. But when I was interacting with the button, it didn't increment it. Is because we are having no access to rebuild our whole build method. To rebuild our whole method, we should have a stateful widget for that. So now it is 27, right? If I click, it should become 28, but it didn't become on the screen, but actually it is becoming 28, right? But it is not updating our UI. If I click 29, in the similar way, it is updating our counter, but it is not updating our UI. You need to update the UI as well, right? For that, okay, you didn't understand. Okay, let me just restart my app. Just give me a thumbs up if you understand. If you don't, I will just repeat. So now just take a look over here. I have one over here. Okay. Okay, people are understanding. Good. This is for you, Sunil. You joined late, and I appreciate that you at least joined, right? So over here, first time you can see over here the counter is 1. So of course I'm going to have 1. Yeah. Now what happens when I click my button, that is flat button, right, which is center of the screen. If I click on my flat button, sorry, it should increment my counter. If it is 1, then it should go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, right? After that I will print, so it will be displayed over here, but there is no way I'm saying that you should update the UI, right? So what happened, if I click over here, it becomes 2, but it didn't updated the UI. It become 4, didn't updated the UI. So now, how do I update that? Is because whenever you save, right? So now what happened, I will remove this, right? And I will put again, this means my file is modified, right? And I will save it. It will rebuild my app. It will rebuild my build method, this build method. It will recall my build method, right? So I will just save it. And you can see 4 is now visible. But when I'm saying at the time it is visible, right? Now, to get rid of this kind of problem, we have something called stateful widget, right? This was extending stateless widget, right? Now we should use a stateful widget to get override of this problem. So what I will do, I will put my cursor on stateless widget. Put your cursor on the stateless widget. Please follow. Put your cursor on the stateless widget. Click on the bulb symbol and do convert to stateful widget, right? As soon as you use a stateful widget, it will create a 2 class, right? A first class, whatever the class we created of home, it is going to extend a stateless widget, right? And automatically it is going to create a 1 state for you, right? Right over here, it is going to create 1 state. It is creating 1 state, and by default it is creating 1 class that is named as my home state, right? And right over here, now, if I just go ahead and rebuild my app, it is 1 over here because initially it is 1, right? Now, just look at the difference, right? I have a stateful widget. I click, still nothing happens, right? I will just go ahead, save it. I will just go ahead, save it. It becomes 2. Okay. I'm going to do Control Z. I'm going to repeat that one more time, right? Okay, just follow one more time, okay? Can you put your cursor on the stateless widget? Okay. Click on the bulb symbol. Only one option. I don't know what's happening with this. It just by default, like I don't know. Is it visible now? It's not all design is done in the stateless widget. Design will be done in both, but you will not get an access. Yeah. You will get an access to a to rebuild your state, right? To rebuild, it will recall your build method if you're using stateful widget. So as soon as you click on the bulb method, you will get an option called convert to a stateful widget. As soon as you do it, don't we need to write set state after converting a stateless to stateful? Exactly. That is what I am coming to, right? So now, even if I make my UI to say that this is a stateful widget, and if I click over here, nothing happens, right? Because I'm not saying my UI to rebuild the build method. The rebuild method will only call when you're going to use a set state method, which is given by this stateful Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rebuild my app that will make my counter to 1. Now, what happened is inside my on press, I'm going to do this dot set state, right? Inside my set state, I'm going to put my counter equals to counter plus 1, right? So now what this will do, this will rebuild my UI. So on every increment, I'm going to get things done on my screen, right? So he's having a problem, and I'm going to send a quote for you. He's asking a quote from so long. I cannot paste it. Yes, I do. I can. Does it come all? Okay. So one more thing, I'm going to use code share so that you guys can just code share. So I have kept the code copied. Get the code from here. You will get all the code from here, but make sure you don't cut. If you will cut, because it is both way, right? The interaction is both way. So if we'll cut, the code will go. Get the code from that link, right? So now you can see I have something called stateful builder, and things is working fine. But it is already 9:30 and we are not on our task, what we need to do. Okay. So very first thing is, let's go ahead and get rid of this body first, right? Because we need to build something else. So I will have an empty scaffold. Let's analyze what we are going to build now, right? And we need to really fasten our development. Okay, so first thing we have is something like this. We need to build a simple UI, right? So, okay, my target is not to complete all the thing. My target is to understand what you guys, my target is to make you understand what I'm trying to explain you, right? So on my screen, you can see, let me just go ahead and open the sketch.io so that I can explain you with some diagrams. So sketch. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make a new one. Right. So right over here. So now can you see we have a UI, right? Can you see we have a UI in which manner? First we have icons and then we have a text. So if you will see, we have things in a vertical manner, right? So this is our screen, right? This is our vertical manner. First we have our icons and then we have our text, right? But in the same way, if this is our screen, right, and if I have an icon, right, and then a text, then this is a horizontal way. So this becomes a column and this becomes a row, right? So now if you will analyze your UI, this whole UI is built, this two part is built using a column, right? That is pretty simple. So now we need to use a column to put these things aligned from like top to bottom, right? First top and then text comes after that, icons. But let's just take what is happening with this, only this top part, right? Only this top part. So first thing, what I'm going to do is we're going to create the body of my scaffold, right? And then I'm going to use column, right? Now, column accept things as a children. Column is going to have more than one widget, right? So it is going to have a children. Now I'm going to use children's, right? Inside children, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass two things. For now, I'm going to pass two text, right? So the text is hello, and another text is world, right? As soon as I do that, just take a look. I got a hello world on the top. I will just go ahead and center. I will wrap my column into a center so that it will be centered. Now you can see it is centered, right? So now we'll just go to the diagram. So now in this screen, right, my thing is centered. See, now this whole thing is the column, right? This whole thing is column, right? And now column means it is a vertical, right? And horizontal means it's a row. This is the horizontal and that is row. We call it as a row, right? Now, as soon as I use centered, right, it becomes centered over here, but it didn't came right center right over here, right? So the thing is, when I say make center, when I'm using the column, it will just go ahead and make center over here. Then explicitly, I need to define that if you are using a column, then my main axis alignment, right? There is something called main axis alignment should also be center. I will explain you on the diagram what is main axis alignment, right? My main axis alignment should be even center. As soon as I do that, that comes down in the center, right? Now, let's just see what is main axis alignment, right? Where did it go? Okay, so now, as I said, a column is always vertical, so main axis is going to be vertical. So when I said put my main axis alignment to a center, it brought my text to the down. So what does it mean? My main axis alignment is vertical, right? And the cross axis alignment for column is this part, the horizontal, right? So now if I say to put my column, so by default, the cross axis, the cross axis alignment is center. So now what I will do, make my cross axis alignment dot, I will, by default it is center. So I will make it as start. So it will go to the start. Okay, it didn't go because I'll just wrap my, you don't need to follow this. I'm just debugging my UI. I'm gonna put my container, right? And I'm gonna put my color to my container, colors dot red. Okay, what's happening? It's not even showing a color. Yeah. So can you see right now, I just have the thing, whatever the content I have. The container is only having whatever the content I have. Now I want to put my hello world on the left-hand side. So for that, I need to say my container to take a width of whatever the width available for our device, right? So what I will say, max, double dot, you don't need to follow, I'm just explaining you, double dot infinity. So now you can see the whole screen is taken and my cross-axis alignment, if I make my cross-axis to center first, so it is center, right? If I make it into the end, it will go to the right-hand side. If I make it center, if I make it start, it goes on the start. In the same way, if I make a change in my main axis alignment dot end, it will go at the bottom, right? Let me make this center. So now you can see over here how you can just play around with this stuff, right? I will just get rid from this container. And now I have this stuff over here, right? I am going to make both center. Now understand, I have a column, right? And two widgets, that is two text, which is hello and world on top of each other. I want to convert them horizontally. I want to put hello world beside the world. I'm sorry, hello beside the world, right? So it is going to be in a horizontal way. When it comes to a horizontal way, we always use row. So instead of column, I'm going to replace that column with a row and I'm going to save it. So can you see we got hello and world both together? All right. So now we need to build this UI, and we have kind of 20 minutes to do that. I'm sure we can do that. So we need to build this UI, right? So first, let's see how we can create that small circle along with icon. So for that, guys, make sure you follow me. What you need to do is, first thing, inside your lib folder, create one file called, we called it as a landing page dot dart. As soon as you do that, you will get an empty screen saying that landing page dot dart. Right? I'm going to go ahead and remove my center from my everything, right? An empty scaffold, and save it. I'm going to have nothing on my screen, an empty white screen. So make sure now your build method looks something like this: return a scaffold, which does not return anything internally, right? So it is empty. And I have a landing page. Just put thumbs up if you're ready to go. Now I'm going to create one stateless widget. So for that, I'm going to create STL widget, and I'm going to give this as landing page name. Now to get rid of this error, we are using material library. So I need to import material.dart, right? I will get rid of this container, or let's just use this container, and let's try to create a circle with an icon inside. So what I'm going to do, so just imagine, right? The circle is your container, right? An empty box with icon inside, right? So what I'm going to say is the parent is going to be a container and child is going to be a icon, right? So what I will do right over here, I'm going to say my child, right? That is going to be an icon. I'm going to use the parent icon class, and then inside that icons dot location, or it is called as pin. I don't know, pin drop. Yeah. Now if I do that, I will not get anything because this is not getting used anywhere, right? I will call this class from my main.dart. So the scaffold body, right, is going to have landing page, right, which we just created. The landing page is created by us. If I just save, you can see I got an icon over here, and I'm going to center it, right? So now it is center. Can you see we got an icon, right? But we don't have that round box which is colored. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first I'm going to give some height and width so that we can get a height of 50.0, right, and a width of 50.0. Now if I will put my put a color over here, the colors dot red for now, and I will save it. There we go, we got it, right? So now we have a circle. I mean, we have a kind of square which is having an icon. Now if you just go ahead and see, if you just go ahead and see, we have a different color, and for that I'm going to use the color I have extracted the color so that we can easily use it, and I will just share that colors with you guys as well. Stacked icons, lib. Inside lib, it should be definitely there in the utils. Okay, inside stacked icons. Okay, let's just use this color. I don't know which color is this, but let me just go ahead and use. So first thing, we are using color outside the color which is not given by the material, right? So we need to use color different way. We cannot use this color class. So I will use color, and then I will pass the hex value of that color. And of course, no one can remember the hex value. So of course, we always need to copy and paste. I will just go ahead and do this in a chat screen. Just go ahead and use it, right? So now we have a nice green color box, and I'm going to use that as, I'm going to make my icon white. So I'm going to use color and colors dot white. This will make my icon color white, right? Just format the document. Okay, if you want to format your document, just go ahead and do right click and format document, right? So now we have a small beautiful circle ready. So there is going to be a small task for you guys. We have 15 minutes to go. So there is a small task for you guys before you come tomorrow, so that I really want to know how much you understood, right? Of course, if it is done from your side, then it is going to be a super cool, or else we will do it, right? So now I want to make this circle. I want to make this look as a circle, right? So what I need to do is I need to decorate my container. So I will use something called a box decoration class. So a container is give something called decoration, right? And I will use a box decoration. I want to decorate that kind of box, right? So I will use a box decoration class given by the library, material library, right? Inside that, what I need to say is border radius. See, I want to curve that edges, right? The edge should be curved. So that is the property name for that particular curving the edge is called a border radius. And I'm going to say in what type I want this border radius. So I will use border radius dot circular. I want a circle, right? I want a circle border, right? So I will use now radius. So for example, I'm going to use radius 1.0. Then that curves are going to, okay, here the error comes in, which I get all the time. If you're using the box decoration, you cannot use color outside of box decoration. You need to use this color inside the box decoration, right? So I will put my color inside the box decoration, right? And the error will be resolved. So now you can see there is a slight curve. I will give more number to make you understand, right? We are getting a curve, higher the number, higher the curve, right? Here we go. We have a circle ready. So can you see like a 5 to 6 line of code, and we have a kind of nice circle ready, which is in the center of the screen. Let me just like give a response from your side that are you guys able to establish this? Is it there? Or else I'm going to put on the code share. Okay, it's there on the code share. You guys can go ahead and just use that. Cool. So now, yes. Now, just analyze the design. What we have is we have so many icons which is overlapped on each other, right? So the technical way of saying is this: they are stacked on each other, right? We use a term as a stack, right? They're stacked on each other, right? So for that, we will use a widget called stack to stack my icons, right? So what I will do, I will just take this container, right? I will just use this return till container, and I will create my own widget method name, use as widget, right? And I'm going to call this method name as we can say icon builder, right? And I'm going to return the container. Now I'm going to return the icon builder. So it is one and the same, right? I created my own method of type widget, and I called it in my build method, right? So this creates an good way to structure your code, right? So now I have an icon builder, right? Now I want to, I will wrap my icon builder into a widget called stack, which will, stack the UI, stack the different containers on each other, right? So now what I will do, I will use wrap, and better, I will not use wrap. I will just remove this, right? And I will use stack. And inside stack, we are going to have, just take a look on the screen. We have multiple containers, multiple icons, right? More than one icons, right? So of course it is going to be a children. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use children, and first children is going to be our icon builder, right? Now I'm going to use another icon builder. So if I use another icon builder, I'm going to get same icon, which is on the top of that icon, right? So I will just do one thing. Now there are two icons, but they are overlapped on each other, right? Now if they are overlapped on each other, we need to change their position to visible on the screen. So what I will do, for first, it is fine. For this one, the second one, I'm going to use the widget called position. Again, I'm so lazy to do that. So what I will do, I will make from left hand side, I need that widget to be positioned kind of 20.0. So this will bring my icon outside of that, a little bit side of that. But you can see we have only stack that much, and that is the reason the overflow, which is getting overflowed from that container, is not visible, right? So now you have two solutions to do that. One, you can make your stack to say that whatever the thing which is getting outside from you should be visible, or you can create your container to take full width, whatever it is available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my stack into a container, right? And I will provide a width, and width is going to be a double dot infinite, and we may get an error, I don't know. Yeah, this is cool. So now you can see, but they are not centered, right? So let me just go ahead and do one thing. Let me align the thing which is inside the container should be center. So what I will do, I will make alignment dot center. This will bring things in the center, but I have used the position. So now you can see I have used the position. The goes to the top of on the left hand side. So left is 0. Now if I remove anything, it will just come on the exact center way. So I don't think so this is the preferred solution which I'm going to use. Better, what I'm going to do is I will just wrap this up, or else we can use this as well. But
have you are you still screen sharing?
I don't know what's happening with this, but automatically the screen sharing will goes off. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. See, if I am not on, like, if I'm on the other screen, then I'll be not able to know like whether the screen is like visible or not.
Yeah. I'll give you a heads up if it goes again.
Lost the connection on the screen. I don't know from how long you guys has lost the connection. I'm really sorry.
No. It just went a few minutes ago. It's all right.
Okay. So I don't know what I was. Can someone say like from where I should start? From where did you lost me? Can someone help me from where? Okay, so now you can see I have a stack. Okay, so there was some issue with the position changing, and maybe you were not able to see that. Okay, left was 0, 0, and then I made a container of full width, right? And that created a problem. So again, I'm going to use a position. Right, and I'm going to make that position as left as 0 or 20.0. It was 20.0, sorry. Right, now As soon as I do that, you can see my icon, which is getting on the left, but it is getting cut and it is not visible. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my stack that whatever the thing which is getting overflowed, right, you should make it visible. So what I will use, overflow stack, not stack overflow, I don't know, overflow, what is that property? Overflow or stack overflow. No, it's overflow.visible. I think so. It's overflow.visible. As soon as I do that, you can see the whatever the things was getting overflowed, now it is visible. So now I will just use this. I will use my number according to the need, whatever I want. Not 350, just a 50, right? That is more 40. 30. This is cool. Now the thing is, we are using one icon builder, same, and they are having a static color, right, and a static icon. So now I'm going to reuse this method again and again, and I'm going to make this color dynamic and a pin drop dynamic. I mean the icon dynamic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two parameters. The first one is the color, and the second one is the icon, right? So what I will do, first one is going to be a color, and I'm going to give as color, right? And the second one is going to be an icon. We cannot make it as icon, so I will use icon data, right? What data I need to pass, that is the type, and I will use it as an icon. Now what I need to do is, instead of this pin drop, I'm going to make it as icon, right? And instead of this color, I'm going to make it as color. I hope this should, I was knowing this is going to give an error. Okay, so how do I pass this? Okay, I'm using a wrong variable. Still this doesn't give an, the argument of type cannot be assigned to the parameter of type int. Cool, I'm gonna make it as int. Yeah, cool. So now you can see I have two parameters, right? And I can use the same method if I pass the parameters right from here. So first icon I need with some color, right? It is showing a blank page. I'm not getting any icon. Right now you will not get if you're implementing this code. I got one raise hand, I don't know. Request to mic access. Okay. Now, first thing, I'm going to pass the color which I was using. Where did I share? Okay, let me just use that again. So I'm going to use that color. I'm going to pass that color over here, right? And another thing is an icon data. What icon we used? Icons dot pin drop, right? Now I will change this color to some different color, right? So that I will get the different icon and different color, and I will use icons dot home. Now can you see we are using a same line of code. We are just distributing, passing the icon and icon data, which will make to a less line of code. We can reuse the code again and again, right? So now we are almost at 9:58, right? And I hope that you guys understood what we are doing and how this exactly work, right? So now there is a small task for you guys. I'm gonna share this code, right? I need, I will be more happy like if you will do this. I will just share this code on the code share. Use this code if you have lost me, right? Okay, I'm gonna share main.dart as well. Control C, go to the code share. Rishabh, go to the code share. After line number 34, I'm gonna put some on 30. I'm putting divider on 13 line number 39, and I'm going to paste my main.dart. You can get the main.dart from there. Okay, a small input or a small interaction from you guys I need is that just analyze the design. I'm going to share the design as well, design link as well, right? Just try to make this stuff, this icon I have already shown you. Even I will show you the quick B, how to put that. Here is the link for the thing. For further okay, I would really recommend, I hope it is fine if I share my Discord channel over here. If you guys don't mind, like I have a Discord, basically I run a YouTube channel, so I have a Discord channel and we interact over there, right? So I will share my Discord so that it is easy to interact over there instead of creating a WhatsApp group that becomes more personal, because people don't want to, share their things over there, numbers over there, and that is not a good idea. So better to have a Discord channel. Okay, it is getting updated. Okay, so just a second. Just try to access this and let me know whether you are able to access this or not. This is the Discord. We have two channels. One is general and then another one is called Flutter Gossip. So we talk more on the Flutter Gossip, right? And then, yeah. So yeah, I can see the people are joining. Cool. So over there, we can definitely interact with each other. And the task for today is the small thing. I need the color doesn't matter, the icon doesn't matter, but the position matter. I need these 4 icons to be overlapped on each other and should look something like that, right? And I'm going to show you how you can put the quick B text right over there. So right now you can see we have a landing page, right? Inside of a landing page, I'm using stack, right? Now I want to put my stack into a column so that stack and then the text. So I will wrap my stack, ignore. I'm gonna wrap my stack into a column. Oops. Into a column. And then right over here, you can see my stack is getting completed. After stack, I'm gonna use my text. So there is going to be a little bit of research work for you guys, and I would really appreciate if you do that. Now you can see I got the quick B, and again there is the default main axis alignment for the column is main axis alignment dot center. The default is start, but we need to make it center. So now you can see I have a quick B and that thing ready over there, right? So I would really feel happy, and I will feel that okay, whatever the time I have spent with you and it was useful for you guys and me as well. So please go ahead and try to put all remaining 2 icons and try to design this quick B font style, right? So that you can make it look similar. You can make it look similar, right? So there is something called, I'm gonna give you a small insight on this. If you use this text, right, a text, something called have a style, right? Here it is. If you will use this style, you can give whatever the style you want on the text. So please go ahead and try this stuff, right? So that, again, the screen went. This is bad. Okay, I can see. So now you just style the quick B as well and the remaining icons as well. The 2 remaining icons, try to get the same structure of the design, right? That will be really appreciated. And yeah, let's see how we can proceed tomorrow further, right? So I hope you understood how we can build layouts in the Flutter. It's all about writing a pure Dart code. There is no XML, there is no CSS, right? So please go ahead and try it. If you have any questions, let me know. I would really love to have a feedback from you guys. So feedback is more important. I use that in my all workshop or seminars, because that makes me improve on every workshop, right? Yeah, sure, I will share. There is one like kind of important thing I want to share, but definitely I will not share today. At the end of this workshop, I will share. There is a free course available for the Flutter, right? And you should definitely check that free course, right? And you should follow. I will definitely share some good resource at the end of this workshop. So I'm gonna share this code, right? So guys, go. No, not now. I'm not gonna go ahead and share that right now, so that I will not get that thing done, right? Okay. Oh shit! Someone remove the main dot. This is bad. Okay. So guys, make sure to go ahead and give a feedback. I guess the Hack Club has already shared the link, right? So please go ahead and provide your feedback so that I can start improving from tomorrow itself, right? And yeah, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me right now. We can have a small session of questions, kind of 10-15 minutes. It's on the code share. I have shared the link. I will share a link again. Oops, I lost it. Lost it. Guys, sorry, I lost that link. That link is renewed. I'm just creating a new one. 1 second. I'm going to put both main.dart. Main.dart is going to be down and landing page is going to be on top. Something happened. Yes, go ahead and take a look on this. Where did it go? Okay, so yeah, people are sharing already. In this whole workshop, will we cover Firebase part or not? I don't think so. We can create a Firebase because I can see more of them right over here are new to the Flutter, right? And going to the Firebase directly is not a good idea, right? So this basically this Flutter workshop was like not creating about the UI. I was about to talk of the basic things, building the layouts, like what are the different types of widgets we have. But then we discussed, and then we came up that we will implement some UI, and along with that UI, we will go ahead and even see the concepts at the same time. Okay, so why is that override used for? See, so if you will just see my screen, it is visible, right? Yeah, it is visible. So now you can see every method or whatever the class we extend, right? First thing, I will just go inside this stateful class, right? I will just click on this and it will open a stateful class for me, right? So this stateful class will already have a method which will be doing something for you, right? So you don't want the default thing to be done. You want your thing to be done on that method, right? So you need to override that. So this is the object oriented concept, right? There will be some default thing happening with that method, or every abstract class is going to have one method, and then you're going to give your own way of doing that method, and that is why you need to override, right? So right over here inside this stateful class, see, as I said, it's an abstract class, right? An abstract class is going to have a method definition, right? If you want to implement that method, then you need to always use override, right? Right over here, you're using override for the stateful. Now, if I'll go to the state class, right? Inside state class, I should have, as you can see over here, again, the state is an abstract class. State is an abstract class, and it has a build method, right? And we need to always override that build method because we need to do stuff, or we make that build method to do stuff according to our need, right? And that is the reason we need to override. Where does that override go? Yeah, right over here. You can see this build method we are using over there, and we are saying that we need to change whatever the things getting by default, we need to change right over there. Okay. I recently started Kotlin because I used a base of Java. Okay, so if you're good at object-oriented concept, then this is similar. Like this is same like what we have in other programming language. It is necessary to have internet connection every time when we are coding a Flutter. Not every time, but when you just go ahead and create a Flutter project, it is going to have some dependencies, right? For example, if you'll just open a pubspec.yaml and you will see some dependencies, right? These dependencies is must when you download your when you just create your Flutter project. At that time, internet is needed. Rest of the time, I don't think so you need an internet. What should I learn Flutter for Kotlin for app development? Ayan Kumar, I didn't understand your question. What should I learn Flutter for Kotlin for app development? So Flutter is totally different. You cannot use a Kotlin in Flutter, right? Kotlin is totally a not native development stuff, wherein the Flutter will use Dart, and it will create web apps as well as the native mobile apps for both the platform. Okay, thanks a lot, Vijay. So I hope you guys are filling that form today itself so that I can get a feedback today, and then I can improve myself tomorrow as well. Okay, so how about saying a goodbye now, because it is already late. I don't want to hold you guys more, and we're going to already have, it is going to be a like kind of 2 hours of session, more than 2 hours. It's 1:47. Yeah.
So Hasnen, has the question answer session, is it concluded?
I guess, yeah. Okay, I got one more question. I heard recently Flutter is onto Ubuntu too. Is it? Yeah. So Flutter, before there was no official way to create an app on Ubuntu, the native app on the Ubuntu, but now they recently got an official support from the Ubuntu as well. So now you can officially create an the Ubuntu apps, and you can publish that apps into the App Store as well. So yeah, you got a good news. I would really say to follow things on the Twitter, right? On Twitter, you will get a good updates, and you will follow the Flutter team mostly will be active on the Twitter, and yeah. Okay, so I guess tomorrow. I'm sorry, Pravan. I'm really sorry.
No, I was just yeah. Continue.
So Santosh is asking tomorrow what we will learn. So, like what I expected was there will be an experienced people over here, but I can see most of them are the beginner. So I don't think so what exactly we are going to do, but we are going to continue what we are doing right now. But I don't know how much we can complete, because you can see we are learning and doing things. So this will take time because people may get stuck. It would be great if we just try to complete these 4 screens tomorrow. This screen is already almost completed. We just need to change the position. That's all. Then we can reuse whatever we have done over here on this screen. My screen is visible, I guess. On every screen we can use this part, right? So we can reuse that. Then tomorrow we will be building this kind of 3 buttons, and then don't forget to have an account sign up. Then we will learn how to navigate from one page to another, right, in Flutter. Then we will create a small little form over here, which looks pretty good, right? So yeah, let's target to complete these two things tomorrow, right? And then day after tomorrow we can start with this screen. Now this screen is going to be a bit complicated, this part, but I guess if we are going to learn the concepts, then this is not going to be a tough part. Yeah. Yes. So finally, okay, there is some quiz. I guess there is some quiz, something like that.
Yeah. So that's like we have hosted a Kahoot
Okay.
session. So that's for all the participants here today. We have posted it out in the WhatsApp groups
Okay.
also. So attempt the quiz, try your best. The winners have special prizes at the end of the 3 days. We'll be announcing all the winners and the prizes there.
Is it possible? Like,
So
is it live right now?
yeah, it is live.
Okay. So what exactly it includes? Let me just. We can go ahead and give a try right now. Like can we do it live or something like that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll just check it up and then let you know.
Guys, go ahead and try this. This is fun. I guess I'm not.
Hassan, if you will just take off your presentation.
Will it work?
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work.
Okay.
Mana will actually try and present his screen because one person at a time can only do it.
Okay. Yeah, I have removed. So this
Yes,
will be
yes.
main.dart. I have already shared at the codeshare.io. After the line number 45,
because
the
I
main.dart
am
is there.
hosting the Kahoot, that's why.
Okay. Hey, how are you doing? I guess you're on
Hello.
mute. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Just waiting for Manav to start the quiz.
Okay, people are saying that main.dart is missing.
Manav, share your screen.
Wait, I thought I was sharing my screen.
I think it'll take a second to come up.
Guys, main.dart I have posted in general as well as Flutter Gossip on my Discord. Okay, even I am getting an error on the Kahoot app. How to link main.dart to landing page.dart? Actually, you should link landing page.dart to main.dart. So inside a scaffold, you should attach your body to landing page.
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to screen share.
So until the quiz is being ready, guys, if you have any other doubts, you can post them out in the chat box. Any doubts, and also fill the form that I have sent in before. I'll just resend it. Um,
Guys, also one more thing to all our participants here. As we said before, we have like many prizes for these different quizzes and things we are doing. So one of them is this Kahoot, which will be live pretty soon. Also, we would request all of our viewers here to post out a story on Instagram, tagging us, sharing our experience with the first day and how it went. There are other related prizes based on social media also. So hoping to see you all there online too.
Okay, guys. One more input from your end. If you really think that I have a knowledge about Flutter and I am really helping you people or other students, please go ahead and check out my LinkedIn profile and endorse my Flutter skill. Okay, that will help me a lot, right? So I don't know if you guys are active on LinkedIn or not, but if you are, then please do that so that it will help me, to grow my network. It's only when you feel like I know something about Flutter.
I mean, I think it was a great session. Even though I don't know Flutter myself, I think I learned pretty much
Okay,
today.
that's great. Okay. How about if I share it on? And yeah, guys, I'll be more active and publishing my videos on the YouTube as well as on my Twitter. You can reach me over there as well.
I sent Hasnen Tai's link, I mean, the LinkedIn profile on the chat. So I think all of you can go and connect with him.
Yes.
Can you check? I'm not able to share my screen.
I think you can because nobody else is sharing their screen. Also, I have sent in the LinkedIn profile for HackClub VIT Chennai as well. So I would request you guys to, I think, follow our LinkedIn profile maybe. Warrior, if that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. We have all followed you on Hack on their LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. I can see the amazing website design for the Hack Club.
Oh, okay.
I guess you have more clubs in the VIT, right? There are many clubs over there.
Yes, yes, yes. We have a lot of clubs in VIT Chennai.
Yeah.
We just want to stand apart from all of them at the current moment.
So I have one more invitation from the another club. I don't remember the name, but I have a session with the VIT guys only in October.
Okay, okay. Which could you, if you could tell us which club it was, if you remember by any chance?
I really need to check my Twitter for that.
Okay, okay, okay.
Code Chef VIT.
Okay, 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 okay. That's great. That is an amazing club actually.
Yeah. if it is going to take a more time, then of course we can
Yes,
try
I think it's taking
tomorrow.
some time to come up. Yes. I think it's getting late. I think
Yeah.
we can stop it for now. Um, we can
Yeah, it will
we can try
be.
this again later on tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be more fun if we do it live, right?
Yes. That's what we're trying to do. We are trying
Yeah.
to
I'm
like
getting
actually get
I'm,
it live right
I'm,
now.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Am I
Pranav.
audible? Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So
Pranav.
I'll screen share. I've got it live. I'll screen share. I'll try screen share.
Yeah, you can screen share, right?
Yeah, I'm doing them. Doing that.
I have given you all the you have all the privileges.
Is it visible?
Yes, Pranav, we can see your
Uh,
screen. So all of
Yeah,
you guys
Manav,
just
go.
put the pin, just go to kahoot.in and enter the game pin, and let's all see how many people get in right now.
yeah, the pin has been given by Aman in the chat box. Also, you can directly paste it there.
What exactly the URL is? Kahoot dot
It's kahoot.it.
it. That's the pin, right?
Yes, even I have joined. Are you playing, Hasnan?
I don't know. I'm not able to join.
Did you put the game pin right?
Yeah, it should be slash the game pin, right?
No. Just do kahoot.it
Okay,
and then you'll get a
Yeah, got it.
yes.
Just let me know when should I start.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in.
Yes, Pranav. Let's just give these people a minute more to start
Just
the quiz.
30 players. I think there are space more.
We have around
Yep.
53
Let's
players on the. I mean, we have around 53 people here right now.
Yeah.
Let's wait for
Guys, please
just a
join
minute more.
fast so that we
Yes,
can
guys,
start.
please join fast.
So screen sharing went. Okay.
I hope you all are excited to win some exciting prizes.
Let's see.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my another screen so that I can even see what's happening. Oh shit, what happened?
Pranav,
Yeah.
I think we should start because the number has kind of got. Okay, it's increasing. Okay, it's increasing back again. It just.
Yeah. Let them join. Let them join.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, guys, like we would require you guys to give out your name, because in case in the end you end up winning and we don't know who you are, how like I don't I we won't be able to give you the
Then that
prizes.
prize goes to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So all those who are actually interested in the quiz, I mean, it will be better if you guys give your names properly.
Yes, because like someone and then
No,
lol.
many of them given now. They will go out and again change.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we will give you time for that. Just hopefully you guys will leave and add the actual names.
It's okay. It's good. See, people started leaving now.
Yeah.
So now the names are coming better.
There are still some nice names.
Let's wait for it until it goes to 40 or something like that, and then we'll start, I guess.
Okay, yeah. About 2 minutes max, probably.
Yes. Just Warrior, should we? Okay, it's 41. Do you want to wait or should we start?
It's your call.
I think we
Just
should.
let me know
I think we
whatever.
should start. We should start. We should start, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
So
Yes. Let's
did Manav
start.
say something?
No, no, he's not here. He's lost connection.
No, no, Manav is here only.
He's
Manav is
here.
here
He's
only.
back. I
Yeah,
think we
Manav,
should
brother.
I
start.
start.
Yes, yes, yes. Start, start, start.
This was pretty simple,
Yes. Let's see how many people get it right, though.
I guess. Oh, shit.
There were people who got it wrong.
Okay.
Yes. Next question, Pranav. Oh my God. Yes. Have first.
Let's just hope this doesn't go wrong.
Yes. Please, guys.
I have strong bets on Pranav. He was here and on the speaker session the entire time.
Actually, I think it's Pranav because his name was there in the poster as well, dude.
Yeah, Pranav.
Let's see. Oh my God, people still got it wrong. No.
No, they
Three
got
people-
confused between the instructor and speaker, maybe.
Yes, it's okay. The 3 people voted for me. So happy.
I can find one more person who is having a same name like me.
Ah,
That is not
yes.
me.
Oh, okay.
That is not me.
Yeah, yeah. There's another Hasnen here.
Yes. Pranav, if you can take off your headphones, just pull out the plug, no, and just increase your system volume so that we can hear the music.
All right.
Yeah, this is more better.
Yes.
Actually, I like the music of Kahoot.
Just to confirm
Okay,
the
guys, if
speaker
you
or
don't
not.
know, Flutter is not a programming language, it's a framework, right? Dart is a programming language which is used for Flutter framework.
All right. So I'm moving forward.
Yes.
Yes,
Next
yes.
question. So Pratyush is on the leaderboard right now. Come on, I think we can give him a nice. Let's push him down.
Let's go next.
Yes.
Oh, there is a highest climber also here.
Yes. That's
Jayant.
Jayant. Come on, Jayant. Come on, climb up and beat Pratyush. I think this is going
This
to be a
will be a
little
tough
bit hard for everyone to answer. Pranav, if you could just increase your system volume.
Should I decrease?
Increase. We can't hear the music.
I am trying my best.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's at 100, I
Okay,
guess.
guys, please go ahead now. Correct yourself and follow me on Twitter.
Yes. Follow him on Twitter.
Okay.
He has the same Instagram handle as well, so follow on Instagram as well.
Moving next.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh my God, Pratyush has gone down.
Even I'm coming on the top.
Yes. Next question. This is a good
Oh, I
question.
don't know. I just only know one person.
Yes, maybe he might be the founder of HackClub for all you know.
I don't know.
Ram is pretty much involved on Twitter.
Oh, 8 people got it right. Nice.
I was wrong. I
Nice.
just know only one person. I only know Manav.
Okay.
Ha, that's HackClub VIT.
Yes, that's HackClub VIT. He's the founder of HackClub VIT Chennai.
Oh, then what was the question?
Who's the founder
Question
of
was the founder of
HackClub?
the actual HackClub,
Oh, so you
the
have
organization.
Hack Club at different places.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
I was not knowing.
Zach was a 16-year-old person who was like fed up of the system, like where he couldn't find a support for the programming and all those things, and then he found this hack
Ah,
club.
cool.
Moving forward.
Yes. Oh my God.
This is so much of confusion.
Yes.
Like
That too.
if you want to answer in no time, then it is so confusing. If you want to take in time, then it's not, of course.
Nice. Nice. People have still got it right. That's good.
That's great. That's great.
Flutter is a part of GSOC, right?
Nice.
Sorry,
Flutter is a part of
I
GSOC,
guess
right?
not the Flutter, but Dart is.
Okay.
This is nice.
This is nice. Competitive. Which language is used by Flutter? I think it's English. I think you can.
Okay, many people think that it is JavaScript based.
All right. Well, they have 2 more days to get that
No, only the
straight.
four people, I guess.
Yes.
The rest of them selected the correct.
Yeah.
Yep. 4 people. Flutter is object oriented.
It's nice to see there are less wrong answers now.
First.
Me, you do realize, right? You won't get anything.
You should stop answering now, or should you should you should answer late.
Exactly.
I'm just having fun. Dot is developed by. Oh my god, this is. I'm pretty sure this is gonna go low for me now. Um, I think I think I'm gonna go for Facebook.
I guess all of these companies have their own frameworks designed for their stuff. Facebook has a,
Does Amazon have one? I don't think so.
I guess Facebook and
Yeah, Facebook and Microsoft
Facebook and-
has their own. Facebook is for React Native, and Microsoft has their Xamarin. But I don't think so. I don't know about Amazon. Google has a Flutter. Okay. I explained this so much, like so nicely. I want 100% for this.
Whoever gets it wrong will not get a prize.
Oh, nine
Nine
people.
people got it wrong. I think we need a separate session with them.
Yeah.
That's all right. They'll get it right next time. Neil, I think you need to stop answering on time.
Okay. I don't want to give the wrong answer. I'll answer late. Maybe I'll answer late. I think I can answer now.
I have stopped answering.
Okay. Whatever prize I win, I'll give it to Hasnan.
Yeah, the NEN or NAIN.
NEN.
Nice.
NAIN is anyways going to reach the ladder board soon.
Wow.
I'm still first. I didn't even. I just. Okay. No issues.
Just don't answer the next question.
I
and you will lose your
didn't. I
lotto.
didn't answer this question. I didn't even answer this question. Okay, this one I did.
This is kind confusing.
Yep, it is. It is. This one is kind of.
But still, yeah, most of them.
I gave the wrong answer on purpose. I just hope this time I'm dropped. Please. What? What answer did I give? Okay. I'm going to just shut off my phone. I'm not playing.
Okay, this is a little typo there. It's Hack Night. Hack Night happens in Hack Club on what basis?
I think you need to repeat your answer slightly more faster. Oh, nice.
Yeah, people know about Hack Night. And we have a new person on the leaderboard.
Also, some SAMANKC is the highest climber right now.
And then we have, yeah. Hack Club AMAs are going to participate in. They happen, I guess, fortnightly. Yep, you get to be questioning like people when you participate in AMAs.
I go next.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
go.
yes. Dropping my position. No.
That's too tough a question.
Okay.
So whatever the people we have are from the Hack Club, like from the VIT, or maybe from the outside of.
We have people from
Yep.
VIT and from non-VITians as well in the webinar right now with us.
Okay.
We mentioned about this in the launch of Hack Club. Whoever attended the launch might know what the right answer is.
So, information, HackClub provided free hardware under summer of making the summer to all those cool ideas that you want to build. Pranay, you can go to the next. Again, we have Neil on the leaderboard. Yeah. Just so that you know, it's a multi-correct answer.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can see the multi-correct over here. Guys, do that, please. I would say like, cool even.
Yep. You should know that Flutter also
Game.
supports web.
Yeah, I mentioned the web, but you can build even games as well. So this time, okay, we can continue. Sorry.
Skanda has the highest answer streak here. That's
Nice,
nice.
nice, Kanda.
I wanted to know like who framed these questions.
Yeah, it was. I just did it in the time while we were just attending these sessions so that we could have more relevant
Yeah.
questions. So you can use Cupertino widgets when you are developing iOS apps with Flutter.
We can even use in the material as well, depending on our need. Like we can use the both at a time or all three at a time.
Yeah,
I
you
go
can
to
go
the
to-
next question.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, next, last question, guys.
This is pretty simple. I want to take the photo. This is the last question.
Yes, this is the last question.
All right, let's see the leaderboard now.
Congratulations.
That's great.
Congratulations, Hashwant, Nids, and who's first?
Okay.
Midhuna.
Well, all of them are the
Of
same
course.
score. Just
Siddharth.
yeah, that's cool.
Okay, we extended our workshop till 11 o'clock. Almost 3 hours. That is great.
Yes.
congratulations to all of them three. I don't know them personally, but still hope you guys grow more. So
I'll stop sharing
yeah,
now.
so finally
Yeah.
let's meet
You can
tomorrow
stop sharing.
at 8 o'clock or maybe at 7:45. Let's continue with what we are doing. I don't know how much we will be able to complete, but the thing is, you should know how it works, right? Instead of completing the target, let's try to make it more interactive, and we'll try to understand the concepts.
Exactly.
So yeah, bye-bye. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks, Pranav.
Thank you so much, Hasnen, for
Thanks,
spending your
Anna.
time.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to all the participants here. Don't forget there are 2 more days. So as we have sent out in the groups, don't forget to fill out the feedback forms and stay tuned, stay safe, have a good day. Don't forget to tag us in your Instagram posts at the @HackClub VITC, and let's see you tomorrow at 7:45 probably or 8.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Santosh. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Hasnain. Goodbye, all of you.
Close it. Close the session. Neil.
End session. End session.
Yeah, end session.
End. Okay. Please. I'm ending this.